What's up guys, One Up James here. Today we're looking at Onirike on the Nintendo Switch. Onirike is described as an original 3D adventure puzzle platformer which takes place in an intricate open world designed with a non-linear narrative presented with a particular audiovisual aesthetic. You play as Prierto, our small protagonist caught in this odd dream world. Being a member of a small circus, Prierto feels quite different from the other members and sets out to explore this open world known as the Orb. Along this journey, you will be helping the other circus members with certain tasks and solving puzzles to collect the 7 key fragments spread out across the land. The graphics was a little off-putting in the beginning, but grew on me the more I played, reminding me of a Tim Burton-esque art style. The characters you will encounter are each unique in their own way. Strange clowns, massive birds, and even a weightlifting finger. Some of the characters give you filler story or make a small comment, but some are interactive, asking you to do small tasks and rewarding you with needed items. All of this is being narrated by one person, doing the voice of the narrator and all of the characters. This was strange at first, but opened up as someone telling a story as if it were being read to a child. The story does suffer some, as a lot of the dialogue is somewhat strange, keeping you on the task at hand, but also leaving you a little clueless as to what's going on and the big question, why? Exploring this open world is where the adventure lies. Given that the world is open from the beginning of the game, it gives you complete control of how and where to proceed. You may choose to explore the open land, challenge the green swamp, or even dive into the giant maze. Whichever direction you head, you will run into something to do. A lot of these areas are well designed, guiding you through several platform sequences, none of which are really that challenging. But I'm afraid the controls are not as solid as you would hope. With a very strange feel to your jump, you never feel like you have precise control, and are constantly hoping each jump lands correctly. You will also experience half jumps, which is so frustrating to perform the jump as accurately as you can, to only fall short by no fault of your own. This happening time and time again leads to a lot of unnecessary retries. Now most of these platforms can be completed in a few tries, but fighting the platforms and the control issues just isn't that rewarding even when you do succeed. Onirike also suffers from frame rate issues. This is becoming such a problem on the Switch, it feels like every video somehow has a frame rate section in it. And Onirike is no different. You will notice this problem almost instantly. From start to finish, Onirike feels like it's doing all it can to keep up. And with the prior mentioned control issues thrown in, this all makes for a very sluggish experience. You will play through a day and night cycle which controls the pace of the game. You set out each day to explore a new area in hopes of finding another key fragment. And you will need to find a memory stone before nightfall to proceed and save your progress. Failing to find a memory stone leads to Prierto losing his memories of the day and having to start from the previous checkpoint, making finding a memory stone before time runs out for that day a top priority, as failing to do so is pretty much equal with death. You also will have to collect Gysophilus petals. The petals are what power your ability to stay invisible in the dream world. You can find them scattered around the map. 100 petals equals a spore, and the spore are planted wherever you see fit. As your power depletes, which it will do frequently, you must return to one of these spores you have planted to recharge your ability to stay visible. These spores also act as a checkpoint system, allowing you to basically set your checkpoint locations as you see fit. This does come in very handy as you are making your way through the platforms or maze area. Throwing a spore down after a hard platform sequence assures you that a respawn won't place you having to retry again and again. You are limited to the amount of spores in the beginning, but the number doesn't become much of a problem after about an hour. Everything Onirike tries to do is wonderful, but I'm afraid execution of several different aspects just simply falls short. The visual art style is very cool, but looks muddy. The platforms are designed decent enough, but there is a control issue and a frequent frame rate problem. Honestly, I did enjoy Onirike, but with the $14.99 price on the Nintendo eShop, I just can't recommend this game. But I will also say, it is a cool 3D open world platformer that can be improved in time and may warrant a purchase on a deep sale. Well guys, that's a quick look at Onirike on the Nintendo Switch. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, drop a like, it really helps out my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time guys. Later.